with a bunch of zombies who are just, they're getting it done, they're doing what they have to, but you can tell there's no love, there's no passion. Can't work in an environment like that. But I did it. I had my reasons for doing it, and now I'm out. But everything prior to that was all basically my own thing. You know, like I've had restaurants, I've had bars. I ran a music distribution company for 17 years. I've been a successful DJ in the city of Calgary for 28 years. That's almost 3 decades. And I've had tremendous amount of success. I've had my failures. Right now, at this point in my life, I'm 46 years old. And at times, I try not to get down on it, but it's like, is it all for naught? Did I waste all this time? Should I have been doing something else? Should I have gone to school? There's no regrets here. I'm going to tell you right now, there are absolutely no regrets. The only issue I'm having is, why do I have to question, friendships at this point in my life? Why are the people that I should be able to rely on not there for me? Yet people who I wouldn't have expected are sort of stepping up and going, wow, kind of get it. Anything we can do to help, and some of these people are newer friends. And maybe it's because they don't really know me. Like I said, colorful past. I get some people sort of having interpretation about getting involved with me because of some of the dealings that I've had in the past, whether they were, due to my own doing or just the people that I was involved with. Nothing illegal. Just, I had some pretty bad experiences business-wise, and we all do. And they say most millionaires go bankrupt a few times. And I've been up at the top and I've been down at the bottom. I've experienced both. So, understanding risk, understanding partnerships, understanding, everything that's going on in a person's life that might make them decide that they don't want to get involved in risky business ventures. I get it. My problem at this point in my life is just, don't waste my fucking time. If you're going to call me, call me. If you don't want to waste your time with me, just say you're not going to call me back. Don't make plans. Anyways, I'm not sure if this is where I'm supposed to go. I'm not sure how long I'm going to go for today because I haven't been doing this for 10 days. I got lots to talk about. A buddy of mine, Brad, I won't mention his last name because I don't know if he necessarily wants his last name mentioned. His wife has MS. And for years and years, they supported the MS Society. Did you notice I sort of segued into something else? Got off my soapbox about friends and all this other bullshit I'm dealing with right now. So his wife has MS. They've been huge supporters financially. They've been involved in the community. And they get this bomb dropped on them. That guess what? The money that they've been putting in, the money they've been getting their friends to put in MS, ain't going to solve the fucking problem. Why? Because there's always ulterior motives. And this is the world we live in right now. People, they want to get ahead. They want security. There's greed involved. So the one society that you think is there to help you, to support you, and you support them, and then you find out they're in bed with a pharmaceutical company that's got more interest in profit than actually curing the fucking problem. So yeah, I'm sorry, I'm dropping the F-bomb because he was sort of ranting on it on Facebook, and I go, well, what's the deal? I kind of want to know more about this. So he kind of told me what was going on. So it turns out, and this is a big surprise because we already know in cancer world and a lot of other organizations that, yeah, there's ulterior motives. I mean, there's a lot of money involved. There's a lot of jobs involved. And you can't tell me there's one person that works in, say, the cancer curing industry that would want to see a cure come tomorrow. Because guess what? That would mean people would be out of jobs. That would mean that stockholders in major companies that supply chemo drugs, drugs to deal with pain, all that, all of a sudden, they're not going to have anything to sell. So, if you've got shares in those companies, you're not going to make profit. It's a really stinky, I don't even know how, there's an adjective I'm looking for, I can't find it, but, it's where we are in the world right now because it's money and success and comfort over anything else. So try not to get off track. MS Society, One of their contributors is, guess what? A big pharma company who supplies a drug that helps people to deal with MS. We already know there's a cure, or somewhat, there's certain things that you can do to take that will limit the side effects of MS, almost to the point of a cure. MS Society isn't helping to promote this. They don't want to promote it because they rely on funding. And guess why? Because you have a board that's sitting there that's running this organization, a charitable organization, and they're making six-figure incomes. They live in nice houses. If all of a sudden there was a cure for MS tomorrow and they weren't needed anymore, that's a lot of people that are out of work. And it's really sad to think that that's where we're at in this world right now, where there could be a cure for cancer tomorrow, there could be a cure for AIDS, there could be a cure for MS, there could be a cure for a whole host of debilitating diseases or diseases that will take your life, and nobody's acting on it because there's too much money involved. Nobody wants to look at that truth. And when I talk to about, I get into those conversations where you make people really uncomfortable because you talk about shit like this and they want you to shut up because it's a reality that most people don't want to deal with. Because it's better to get up in the morning, go to your job, come home into your safe little domicile and blanket yourself from what's really going on in the world. And a lot of us don't want to deal with it. I'm not one of those people. For better or worse, drives my wife nuts. It's like, geez, just step down off that box for a second. Yeah, it's a terrible world. But at the end of the day, we owe it to ourselves to look after ourselves. And unfortunately, that's infectious. And there are people out there that are doing good things, and there are people that are going out, like my buddy Brad here and his wife, who for years gave their time to this charitable organization. Anyways, they've given that up. They've moved on. They're doing their own thing. I think if you go to Facebook, you can search MS The Cure. I can't remember. Maybe in a later segment, I'll direct you to that address. The internet, I think, is going to change all this. We're moving towards an era now where social media is going to change how we do things, how we look at the world, and big companies better get ready because there's a revolution coming, and there's nothing they're going to be able to do to stop it. And hopefully, we can get law enforcement on the side of the people and stop representing the government. And we know who's representing the government, and we know who the government represents. Government, unfortunately, represents big business. Anybody out there that doesn't think that's true, pull your head out of your ass, because I'm telling you right now, our government, the American government, the Mexican government, they're all in bed. They're all in bed with big corporations, and that's a real reality because they have the money to lobby to put the government in that they need to represent their criteria. I can't make this shit up. That's the way it is. That's the way the world is right now, and it's going to be up to us, you and me, to get out there and to say, I've had enough. I want a better world to live in. Boy, am I ever on my soapbox right now. And the revolution is starting now. There's a group of kids out there. I want to talk about these, where I'm at right now. I'm at, wow, I really am going on. There's a group of kids here in Canada right now who have a network, a social network, and they're getting involved in government. They're 14 years old, 14, 15 years old. They've apparently raised a few $1 million through their, support. They get it. They get where the world's going. We're getting close. I think, for all these years, and I've heard, water cooler talk, friends my age, oh, you know what, it's government. I'm not going to vote because, fuck, I can't make a difference. That's all changing. We have social media. Via the internet, we can get up there now and get all our friends together, and they can get all their friends together, and we can say, you know what, we want a government that represents us. We want a government that's here to protect us, to protect, our tax dollars is paying for this government. It should be looking out for our best needs, not the needs of big corporations. They've already got enough money, and honestly, they shouldn't be dictating what we're doing as far as, social responsibility and stuff like MS and cancer and big diseases where we know there's cures. We know there's solutions to these problems where it isn't going to require $20,000 or $30,000 worth of drugs a year that the government doesn't want to pay for to support, a person who can't afford that medication. It's a necessary evil, I guess. I don't know. So that's my soapbox. The egg is back. I'm going to say bye now, and maybe you'll see me tomorrow. Maybe you won't. We'll see. We'll see if I've got something to bitch about. Bye.